When a child comes to you complaining that they have been bullied, how should you respond? First of all, we must remember that the way we respond to the incident will influence the way that they experience it. If we act like it was a great tragedy, they will feel justified in being terribly upset, and we will therefore be promoting vulnerability rather than resilience. If they get terribly upset when kids bully them, they're going to get bullied more often. Therefore, we must remain calm and kind, treating everyone involved with respect and friendliness. The first thing you need to determine is whether a crime has been committed. By a crime, we mean an act that causes objective harm. This means that damage was done to their bodies or possessions, such as assault and battery, theft or vandalism, or lying about them to get them punished by the school. Threats of violence should also be treated as violence because it forces a person to restrict his freedom of action in order to avoid being hurt. These acts should not be thought of as bullying, but as crimes. Students who commit them deserve to be punished, and they should make compensation to their victim. Bullying, though, is different from criminal behavior. Bullying is when someone gets picked on repeatedly by others, and then acts committed cause them subjective harm, which means it's their feelings that are getting hurt. The way the target thinks about the incident determines how much pain they will feel. Bullying includes acts like insults, rumors, social exclusion, and hitting or pushing that doesn't cause injury or substantial pain. These are the ordinary kinds of negative things that children do to each other. They deserve to be taught how to handle them on their own, just as they deserve to be taught to read, write, and do math. Our goal in this video series is to promote resilience. Therefore, the advice is not the same you may be getting from other anti-bullying programs, whose goal is to protect children from each other. Teachers need to be thoughtful about how they deal with bullying complaints because it is extremely easy to get results that are opposite to what you would like. If you find yourself having to intervene repeatedly with the same students bringing the same kinds of complaints, you can be reasonably certain that your efforts to make the incident stop are actually making them continue. You just can't see how it's happening. The most common way that adults unwittingly increase bullying between kids is by playing judge between them. Teachers have become increasingly likely to do this in recent years in the attempt to comply with anti-bullying policies that require them to find out who the bully is and to get them punished. When we play judge between our students, they each want us on their side, so they become prosecuting attorneys against each other, trying to get each other in trouble with the teacher. When we pass judgment, the two of them are still mad at each other because, well, they didn't work anything out between them. The one we determine to be the guilty bully is even angrier now with their victim for getting him punished by the teacher, and he now wants revenge. He may subsequently do something even worse to the victim. The bully also becomes angry with us for judging against him. He's likely to stop learning from us and even try to disturb us in class so we can't teach. We have also taught both kids that the specific bullying behavior is something that should cause them great harm. Otherwise, why are we punishing them for doing it? Finally, we have taught them that they should come to us for help when they are bullied rather than deal with it by themselves. We unwittingly promote vulnerability and dependence. A better outcome is to have the kids learn not to get more upset than is necessary and to deal with the problems on their own. Whenever possible, we should guide them to talk to each other directly about what happened without anger, as though they are dealing with friends rather than enemies. Your purpose as a teacher is to be spending your time and energy educating your students, not on playing judge to endless repetitive complaints about problems they should be able to handle on their own. If you've been spending a substantial amount of class time judging students' bullying complaints, we will now be presenting 2 magic responses that will make your life as a teacher much easier. They will dramatically reduce the number of bullying incidents so that you will be able to spend more time teaching academics. They will simultaneously teach your students to become more resilient and independent. You should see a dramatic improvement in 2 to 3 days. The first magic response is, do you believe it? Use it when a student complains of being insulted. Let's say the student says, Johnny called me an idiot. Say, do you believe it? The child will say, well, no. Then you say, good, I don't either. See, the student will probably stand there confused for a few seconds and then return to their seat. They will realize the insult is nonsense, nothing to get upset about. They can handle it on their own. You will not have increased your students' anger toward each other. No one will need to get revenge, and you will not have turned either student against you. It is also fine to explain to the victim that if they get upset, the bully has fun and will continue picking on them. If they stop getting upset, the bullying will stop in a short while. The other magic response is for physical complaints. Ask, are you hurt? Most of the hitting and pushing among kids doesn't cause them physical pain. Their feelings may be getting hurt, but not their bodies. When we judge and punish them for physical acts that don't hurt, we get all the unwanted results that were explained about punishing insults. They learn to get very upset by actions that didn't even hurt. The guilty party wants revenge and gets mad at us too. They continue hitting each other, and we continue judging and punishing instead of teaching academics. When we ask the child, are you hurt? They tend to answer honestly, which means they usually say no. So we answer, good, I'm glad. And the matter is over. They go back to their seat. They realize that nothing terrible happened to them. We didn't increase their anger, and there is no need for revenge, so we didn't turn either students against us. If the student says that they were hurt, then we need to send them for first aid if necessary and to punish the aggressor. We should punish with regret, not anger, and the punishment should fit the crime. Use these two magic responses consistently, and you will be amazed by the results. For bullying situations that demand a more comprehensive intervention, we suggest you refer to your school's counseling and administration department. This brief video may not be sufficient training for more complex situations, but it should prove helpful for more common bullying complaints.